The day one content on MLB The Show 22, kinda crazy, you might ask. Where do I start? So we're gonna go over all the content, kind of skim through the rewards, but I'll give my opinions and thoughts on, what's the best way to approach Diamond Dynasty and the best place to start. So let's start off with the program. This is probably one of the key things to focus on is the featured program. You got Faces of the Franchise for the first featured program. And there's a lot of rewards here. So if you played last year, pretty much what they did, they took the innings programs and took Team Affinity and combined it into one. So I don't know if I like that, to be honest. As far as the rewards go, you will get some gold cards along the way, which these gold cards you're definitely going to want to get, and you're going to want to use them because you get some mission progress and XP by using these cards. So that's a really good way to start. And another thing is, when you're going after cards, like this is kind of like the main dish, right? This is what you're trying to complete. But as you're trying to complete this, you're obviously playing other modes because this is all XP based. So any mode you play, you're getting XP and you're progressing towards this program right here, which, on day one, you got 28 days to try to complete it. But you're going to be getting a lot of rewards along the way, some packs and all that stuff. But this is your main focus, to get XP, to get some of these cards. Now, as far as the rewards here, they are the Face of the Franchise cards. So you got 6 different packs right here. These first 6 are no sell, and these packs are random. You don't know who you're going to get from this pack. So I don't really know if I like that, but that's the approach. So you got the AL West right here. All of these cards are pretty good, but again, you don't get the pick for the first one. Here you got some solid options, and this is the NL West. Then you got the AL East. I definitely would like Chapman or Franco in this one. Even Mullins is kind of nice. And then you got the NL West right here. The NL East right here. You got Acuna. I like Jazz. Bell might not be bad. So we're not really going to look at all the attributes on these. I was going to make a whole separate video, but you don't get to choose, and you got to actually buy some of these if you want all 30 of them at some point. But you got the AL Central right here. I guess really quick, I can open these cards up. But you got Class right here, which will probably be a really nice bullpen arm. Mize, you got Benintendi, and then Buxton, who I do hope we end up getting him at some point. And then the NL Central, you got Stroman, who doesn't look bad. You got Votto, which nice versus righties. You got Devin Williams. I think he's going to be a really solid bullpen arm at the start of the year. Brian Reynolds and Tommy Edmonds. So again, these first 6 packs, they're not sellable. You randomly get one of those players. And then as you progress towards the program, you get a choice pack, and these ones are sellable. So typically the best thing to do is try to progress this program as fast as you can. Get these packs, and then if you want, you could sell the rewards for some stubs. That's always been a solid method. They kind of changed the approach. Actually, this goes backwards too. Basically, the packs you got first are now the packs you get last in this one. So there's a lot here though. There's definitely a lot here that you can get reward wise, and then along the way you get some more packs and 600k XP. You'll get this choice pack, which we will take a look at. But along the way, you got all these moments that you can be doing, and these will give you some XP. So there's 31s. These are pretty much with all the Face of the Franchise cards. You got a Legend and Flashback. So this is pretty much those gold cards that you get in this program. You're going to want to use them. So a nice change they did is now, instead of it being like hit 5 home runs with this player, it's all based on parallel XP, which is kind of nice. Now you don't got to hit 5 home runs with one player. You can hit maybe like 10 singles and it will count the same pretty much. So that's a nice little change that it's based on parallel XP, and I think that's pretty much how it is with all the statistical mission stuff throughout the game. You do got your collection. So the other one is a Babe Ruth, and this is kind of like a mini program, but we will take a look at that. And then you got a Franchise Showdown, which we'll take a look at that. And March to October actually doesn't look bad for XP wise, because if you play on Hall of Fame, you're gonna get a lot of XP. I don't have the math right now. It looks like you can get around 80 to 90, maybe 100k XP if you play on Hall of Fame, and that's not bad. But March to October does take a while. So again, the face of the franchise, the feature program is probably the #1 thing you want to focus on throughout the season. And then you got this smaller program right here, which is the starter program. You got Babe Ruth. So again, you got missions, moments, collections. These are kind of small stuff, and exchanges. I don't really recommend doing exchanges early on in the year, but you will end up getting this 82 Babe Ruth card, which for a gold card, he doesn't look bad. I always like Babe Ruth's swing, so I think it's a solid looking card. But again, it's just a gold card, so you got that program right there. Now, the next thing from programs, you have your single player modes. Now, this is a new mode right here, and I'm actually very happy about this mode and the fact that they brought it in. So basically what they did, you have mini seasons. This is a 28 game season, and you're gonna play all the teams, I don't know, maybe 2-3 times, whatever it is. And there's home games, there's away games, whatever. But you play through this 28 game season, and it actually might only be 3-inning games. Once I play my first game, I'll know for sure, but I think these are 3-inning games. The top 4 teams go into a playoff format where you play a best of 3, and you can win a small little championship. So this is a nice mode for offline, and I'm very pleased with what they did with this mode. Now, these are all generated teams, so these are basically Diamond Dynasty teams. They kind of combined extra innings with this mode right here. But as far as goals go, you got an Evan Longoria, and this is playing on any difficulty, which might not be bad. You got a good 89 overall card that can play third base, got good power versus lefties, not a bad starter card. And then you got some championship bundle stuff. Actually, 15 show packs and a Ballin' is a Habit. You get some XP along the way. That's not bad, and you can keep repeating this if you want. So this might not be a bad method to grind and stuff. And another thing about this, you can get parallel progress too. So instead of playing games versus CPU all the time, you can take that and work towards this and get some nice rewards along the way. Now, if you do play on higher difficulties, you do get more stuff, I believe. So this one is just winning the championship or winning the semifinals. You got Playoff Bound, which is a Prospects Choice Pack, which is not bad because Prospect Choice Packs, those cards can end up getting you a nice collection reward. In a single season, tally 20 hits. So pretty simple. Pretty simple. I'm trying to see if there's anything different. All-Star Series players. So some of these, they're definitely using different types of stuff, but you want to pay attention to these rewards because difficulty can matter, and then types of cards you use can definitely matter too. But you definitely want to pay attention to these goals. It's actually a really good way to start off the mode too, playing through this mini seasons. We'll probably do it within the first week and just see what we end up getting. So here's one of the difficulty ones. When 20 games on All-Star difficulty or higher, that's going to get you just a Ballin' is a Habit pack, which isn't really worth it. But, you know, if you want to play an All-Star, you can play an All-Star. And then let me see what else. This is a Mystery Choice Pack, which could be a dub. But right here, if you get 35 extra base hits on Hall of Fame or higher, you get a Ballin' is a Habit pack. So for playing on the higher difficulties, the reward, just an extra Ballin' is a Habit pack, might not be worth it. Honestly, I would probably just play it on the easiest difficulty and grind some parallel progress along the way. But still, very nice mode right here. I like what they did with that. Next, we got Conquest. So Conquest, you know, you have your starter boards right here. These are pretty much an introduction to Conquest. If you guys are new, you got your mystery map, which will have some hidden rewards along the way. And then you got your big board right here with a nice reward in Mike Piazza. So let's take a look at that right there, what his card looks like. Actually, there's 3 different rewards you can get in this one. If you collect all the NL cards, you get a Kerry Wood, solid bullpen arm, I believe, you know, good fastball cutter slurve. You got a 86 Didi Gregorius. Hitting attributes don't really pop, to be honest, but you know, it's a nice diamond and it adds to collections. But you get an 88 Mike Piazza. I would say a solid catcher, good power numbers, doesn't look bad as far as a hitter goes, and he could be really nice at the start of the year. So Conquest, one thing they did mention is that they made the process quicker. So, you know, when you're simming through stuff, it's a little bit quicker. I'm trying to see if there's a Steel Fan Phase anywhere, because if not, 30 games only, that's not bad. Yeah, they actually took the Steel Fan Phase out of this part, which is nice too. So 30 Conquest games. Honestly, I think I'm going to start with Conquest. and probably get this done tomorrow. And then we'll have the mini seasons. We'll probably try to get that done, you know, in the next couple of days too. So I would start with one of those two modes if you want to play offline, because you can get some nice diamonds along the way, build up your team, and then you can head on to online. So the last offline mode, you got Showdown. And Showdown, you can start off with I guess a good gold right here in Robbie Ray. We can't really see that card. And then the featured program, which this will give you XP towards the big program, you know, the featured program for the face of the franchise cards. Showdown's typically a good way to get some XP and get some XP fast, as long as it is repeatable and you can keep on doing it. But for Showdown, you pretty much draft your team, you play each little moment right here, and you finish it off. So this is something we'll probably do in the next few days also. I'm trying to get all the offline stuff done probably in the first week, to be honest, just because I want to be ahead, and then, you know, we'll go on from there. They don't show moments here in single player stuff. There is moments, there's just not a tab for it, I guess, but there definitely is moments. And then for online stuff, you have ranked seasons. So they did make one kind of big change right here, but as far as I see, the format is the same for online or just regular, you know, just the rating system is the same. I was kind of hoping for something new, but you have the play rewards where this one changed. So for this, instead of it being get X amount of wins, which I believe last year was 30 or 40, they switched it to innings, which I actually like that, because I'm guessing as well as their plan, it's to reduce the amount of people quitting. So in order to get the World Series pack, you got to play 400 innings, which is about 45 games, 45 full games. You don't got to win them, but 45 games in completion. That's not bad. This season ends on May 2nd. So that's about a game or two a day. I think it's doable. And as far as the ranked seasons rewards go, you got a new legend, Dontrell Willis. Excited to use this card. I think this will be my choice once we get to World Series and whatnot. But he has good stamina. His hit per 9, K per 9 numbers, they might be kind of low, but it's also the start of the year, so we're fine with that. And I feel like he has a good pitch repertoire, and you know his motion's gonna be different, so he could be pretty nice. Does he have hitting attributes? He kind of can hit a little bit, 66 power. So yeah, I'm a fan of this one. New legend, Dontrell Willis. You got Cal Ripken. Great contact numbers. Who cares about the rest of the card? Good contact hitter. We'll take that. And then Jorge Posada. This card's always nice. So honestly, you know, if we make World Series and then get the 45 games played, I'm taking Dontrell and Posada. But these are good power numbers right here, and he's very nice first lefties and a switch hitting catcher. So if you want to take the approach of attacking online first, you can do that. And as always, you know, sometimes the sooner you get these cards and put them on the market, the more stubs you can end up making. So that is ranked seasons. You got Battle Royale. So Battle Royale, one change that they made is that there is a custom round where you get like these BR cards, which is nice because you'll be able to use all of these cards and get some extra missions. So for this one, you got Fox, Feller, Hoffman, Bogarts. One of these cards will always pop up in the draft when you're drafting your team, which will make it very easy, I believe, to get some BR progress done and get these points. Also, again, it's based on parallel XP instead of, you know, doing X amount of things with that player, which is really nice. And then as far as the rewards go for Battle Royale, you're going to get some bronze players along the way, silvers and golds. These are always good to build up your team, build up collections. And then you got Larry Doby as the player you get at 90 BR points. Not a bad card. Good contact versus righties and lefties. Good power versus righties. And then you got your flawless rewards. So they're starting off with 5. You got Pedro Martinez. And he doesn't look bad, you know, especially at the start of the year. Solid hit per 9, K per 9. Got a good pitch repertoire. You got Craig Biggio. Can't play catcher. If he could, would have been a really nice card, but good contact numbers for him. You got Chipper Jones. Nice switch hitter. Always a really solid card. You got Andrew Miller, who actually retired, but they snuck him in this year's game. Has good hit per 9 and K per 9 numbers. He's going to be really solid at the start of the year for a bullpen arm. And then you got Jason Bay. I mean, 125 contact versus lefties. He might just be a beast versus lefties, you know, and that could be really solid off the bench. So those are the BR flawless rewards. And now we go on to events. You got your first event. The rewards are going to be an 88 Nolan Ryan. It lasts until April 8th. All players are eligible, and 3 inning games on All-Stars. So as far as this program goes, online events, always a good way to start. Now, the fact that you can use any player at the start, you might be going up against good teams, you might be going up against really good teams, or some average teams or bad teams. So I would definitely recommend doing events. You know, if you want to focus on one of the offline modes like Conquest or the mini seasons first, I would do that. But I definitely would try to get at least 20 wins. If you get 15 wins, you get this Alfonso Soriano card, which, wow, 120 power versus lefties. That's really nice. He could be really solid at the start of the year. And I liked his swing last year personally, so I think this is a really good card, minus that contact versus righties. But versus lefties, he's going to be nasty. And then, again, you got Nolan Ryan, 20 wins for him. You got a good fastball, 12-6 curve, changeup, and two-seam. Good hit per 9 and K per 9 numbers. I would get 20 wins. Another method with this, you know, the sooner you get the 20 wins, you can sell these cards and make a nice profit at the start. If you don't want to do that, you can keep them. These cards, they typically will go up over time because it's part of the first event. If you can be like one of the first people to get this card, sell it and then buy it back before the 8th if you really want that card, that's a strategy right there. And if you have stubs, you can pick up multiple of these cards, and I'm sure over time they will go up. If you can get to 50 wins, you get a big dog choice pack, which I think is the next thing we're gonna go over. So you got the show market. Yeah, you got the show market right here, that there is packs, different variety of packs. So you got the big dog choice pack right here. You got Anthony Volpe, Yankee prospect. I think he's #1 right now, but I really want this card. He has 95 contact versus righties, solid contact hitter. Power numbers aren't that bad. I mean, it's pretty good against righties, not so versus lefties, but hopefully the shortstop of the future for the Yankees, he looks pretty well rounded, and he's going for around 36 to 44K. So I don't know how it's going to be this year, but typically choice packs and the players in these choice packs, they're good cards to invest in. So I don't know when this pack goes out of rotation, but a good strategy to make some extra stubs. If this pack goes out on Tuesday or whatever, you know, I would probably buy as many of them as I could on Monday, and then pretty much that whole next week prices typically would go up. So I don't know if it's going to work the same this year, but that's something to keep an eye on. Now, because the game just came out and we're no money spent and we don't really have stubs to invest in players, we're not going to do it for this choice pack, but we will keep an eye on it to see if that is something we can invest on throughout the year. So you got Volpe in this one. You got a 91 Corey Kluber, which Kluber, he's always nice in this game. You got a 91 Todd Helton, great contact numbers. Jack Leiter, prospect, he should be pretty nice. You know, he looks solid. And then you got Curtis Granderson, another new legend. Good power versus lefties. Pablo Sandoval can play catcher. Might not be a bad catcher card, to be honest. He has a nice swing, great contact numbers for a switch hitter too. You got Ottavino, good bullpen arm. Now the lower tier guys, they're going for around 15 to 19K. If these guys go down to 10K, I would scoop them up, because I'm pretty sure, you know, after they go out of rotation, they'll go back up to like 20, 25K around that mark. But you got Ottavino, you got another prospect, Jordan Walker, and third baseman, good power numbers, looks really solid, and that's it. And then you got your headliner, the first headliner, Spencer Torkelson. I think he's a pretty big prospect, right? And he has pretty nice hitting attributes. So right now he's going for around 20K, not that much. A lot of people are opening up packs on opening day, makes sense. And then you got a jumpstart pack. I probably wouldn't recommend doing this. I don't think the players in this are sellable, but you can get 5 gold cards for 15K if you want to do it. You know, I don't typically recommend opening up packs from the market, because it's just a risk, and we're no money spent. We don't really take that kind of risk. And then the last thing is this pack right here. So there's this new thing where it's a chase pack, and there's some exclusive cards in it. So the first set is a 95 rookie Albert Pujols. I mean, the card art looks really nice, and this card actually looks really good. Last year, I think he was the Conquest reward. Maybe not this exact card, but Pujols, this card's really nice at the start of the year. Like really nice. He's going for around 80k. So you got that show pack right there. And these chase packs, they can just randomly appear in any packs you open. But if you opened up this pack right here, like the 50 pack bundle, I think you're guaranteed to have a chase pack. But I don't know what the odds are of packing something good in the chase pack or whatever it may be. But if these are packs that, you know, give out, just like hand out diamonds like that, or if that chase pack is a guaranteed diamond, that would be pretty nice. You know you're getting something at least out of that right there. So those are the packs. And then the last thing is the collections. Now, I'm not really going to go over the collections in this video, but you do have Randy Johnson as the collection reward. Kind of a surprise right there. You also got Frank Thomas and Roberto Clemente. I will make a whole other video dedicated to this because I'll give like the amount of stubs it takes to unlock these cards too. But you do got Randy Johnson, you got Frank Thomas, you got Roberto Clemente. You also got other collections right here. These are kind of mini collections. So if you get all the cover athlete guys, you have a 96 Joe Mauer as the collection reward. Really solid catcher at the start of the year. Might be the best catcher. I mean, yeah, he should be the best catcher at the start of the year. So this card looks really good, but you need all 12 of these guys. They're going for around 30k at the start. So big time investment right there early on. And then some of these other tabs, they have collection rewards also. So that's kind of nice that they're adding players to this. A fan of that. So if you're collecting rookie series cards, you get an 86 Mark Pryor. I actually like Pryor. I like his pitch repertoire. Could be a good card at the start of the year, but you have to collect 10 rookie series cards and you'll probably naturally get these throughout the year easily, right? But you definitely want to collect those. For prospects, if you collect all the prospects, or not all the prospects, if you collect 25 of them, and a majority of them you'll get just from playing Conquest. So for doing Conquest, you get, I think, 12 of them if you just play Conquest once, because you get 2 per choice pack, and that's all these gold cards right here. But if you get 25, you will get Adley Rutschman, another catcher, and a switch hitter. Looks pretty nice. Actually, there's a lot of good catchers at the start of the year. You got Rutschman, you got Mauer, you got Piazza. Not bad. Not bad. And Posada if you're playing ranked seasons. So face of the franchise, you don't get nothing for collecting 12 of them, but a Ballin is a habit pack. Second half heroes, nothing at the start. These will definitely change too when more cards come into rotation. For breakout, you get an 89 Dave Parker. Doesn't really pop for me, but has 102 contact versus righties. That might be good enough for some. And then for All-Star Series, you get an 85 Joe Nathan. Very solid bullpen arm at the start of the year. You got Impact Veteran. You got Simmons. You know, could be an okay looking card. Obviously, he's really good defensively. If you care more about defense than anything else, then he's your shortstop. But I don't really care for defense, so that's not really my cup of tea. And then I think that's it. So those are the collections. That's pretty much the content for day one. Again, we're going to go over the live series collections in another video. But Randy Johnson, we can just show off the card really quick for Randy Johnson, where he's at. Randy Johnson, the card you're going after. I mean, I'm surprised they made a starting pitcher the main collection reward. But Randy Johnson, brand new legend. Definitely a legend people wanted to see. And I think it's going to be a good card. I know some people were saying like 105 hit per 9 for one of the best starting pitchers in the collection reward isn't that good, but I still like it. I think Randy Johnson's going to be really nice this year. So that is the collection reward. Really quick, you got Frank Thomas too. This card is going to be ridiculous. I think Frank Thomas has always been good. At least for me, he's been good. And then you got Clemente. But again, we will go over this collection in another video when I tally all the stubs and stuff it takes to get these collections done, and we will definitely have that. But that is the day one content for MLB The Show. There's a lot to do. Like I said, I probably recommend starting off with Conquest or the mini seasons mode, because you can get some diamonds just from playing that. You can get some parallel progress, some extra packs, and while you're doing that, you are going to be getting progress with the featured program being the faces of the franchise. So that's a good way to start. If you want to do online, I probably would do the event first, because that ends on April 8th, and then maybe jump into some ranked seasons for those rewards, or Battle Royale if you're good. Obviously, if you're good, Battle Royale is always a good way to start, because if you can get those rewards as fast as possible, that's a good stub method too. But let me know what you guys plan on doing first. And what are you guys excited for MLB The Show 22? But until the next one, if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, drop a like in the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.